The Doctors of Doom remains our top focus story, and I want to talk about that doctor who's believed to have panicked after 3 or 4 of his colleagues were taken into custody and he realized that his game was up. The man you see on your television screen is Dr. Umar Muhammad. Apparently, he comes from a very humble background in Kashmir, in Pulwama in South Kashmir. Comes from a very poor family. He was apparently given a scholarship to become a doctor, to study, and he became a doctor. His parents, his mother especially, was very proud. She thought he will now take care of her in her old age, will now look after the family. But then he had apparently been radicalized. Radicalized so much that he thought nothing of killing innocent people. But it's a matter of investigation, of course. He is the man who was seen at the wheel of that I-20 car. That I-20 that pulled into the Sunehri Masjid parking lot at 19 minutes past 3. The bigger question also remains, so when that car entered Delhi at 8:30 in the morning, where was that car between 8:30 in the morning and 3:20 in the afternoon? Where were the explosives laid in the car? How many enemies of our country live amongst us? Were explosives put in the car in the national capital? So after the explosion at the Red Fort metro station, the aim is now to find out Mohammed Umar, Dr. Mohammed Umar and Shaheen Shahid's movements. Dr. Shaheen Shahid is a lady doctor from Lucknow. Apparently, she'd been tasked to create the women's wing of this radical Islamist terrorist organization called Jaish-e-Mohammed. Shaheen Shahid is the lady that you see on your television screen. She arranged the money. She arranged the funds. She's the one whose swift car, from which an assault rifle, some cartridges and some ammunition was recovered. But it's Umar who's believed to be the mastermind, the one who executed the attack when several other doctors, including Adil, Muzammil and Parvez Ansari, who's absconding of course, and Sajjad Ahmed, were taken into custody. So Dr. Mohammed Umar, a suspected terrorist from Faridabad terror module, was employed as a doctor at the Al Falah Medical College in Faridabad. So imagine if an illiterate Ajmal Amir Kassab is radicalized and he comes from Pakistan to kill innocent people. There are those who say they're illiterate and they're radicalized. But what would you say about this Umar Muhammad? He studied medicine. He's completed his MBBS. He's studying to do his MS or his masters. But what was he doing his masters in? Masters in terror. According to sources, Umar was killed in the blast. So a DNA sample from what remained of the charred remains that have been recovered from the car and his mother, the DNA samples have been taken, they will be matched. We'll get you more on that story. DNA test has been done. According to sources, Dr. Umar was a part of the Faridabad terror module. Once his colleagues were arrested, he thought that he'll carry out the terror attack. So was he in the process of carrying out the terror attack, or was he transporting the explosives to some place? Our colleagues get you more in these reports.
When the blast happened yesterday at 6:52 p.m., the I-20 car was parked right at Red Fort parking for at least 3 hours. What we are now learning is that the car entered here at this parking lot area at around 3:18 p.m. and was here parked for at least 3 hours. And first, let me try to show you the visuals of this entry point. This is the Red Fort entry point, which has now been completely barricaded. Senior police officials are now on the spot and the investigations are now underway. This is the backyard area of Red Fort, and from here itself, the car entered in the parking area, and my video journalist can show you the board also, which is, which has been installed here, which reads Red Fort parking, where car and buses are parked. And this is the same parking area where I-20 was parked for at least 3 hours. It entered in parking lot at around 3:18 p.m. and was here till 6:40 p.m. And at around 6:40 p.m. the car owner took out the car from parking area, and then the car was driven around the Red Fort area, and then it reached there at the Red Fort red light, which is right in front of entry gate of Chandni Chowk. And then when the car was seen stopped there at the red light of the Red Fort, there at 6:52 p.m. the blast took place. But the point here is that how explosives were taken inside Delhi. All these things are now being investigated by the senior police officials. The route is also being mapped that the car which entered from Badrapur and went to the outer ring road and then inner ring road, and then after that it reached here at the ITO area, and then from ITO it reached in the parking area of Red Fort. So all angles are now being investigated by the senior Delhi police officials. With video journalist Ankit Singh, I am Piyush Mishra in Delhi for India Today.
आप देखिए ये पीछे आप देखेंगे तो तमाम जो एजेंसियां हैं सब यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। इस पूरे इलाके को कॉर्डन ऑफ कर दिया गया है और यहाँ पर फॉरेंसिक टीम है। एक एक यहाँ से एविडेंस उठाने की कोशिश की जा रही है। जब धमाका हुआ तो कार के जिस कार में धमाका हुआ उसके परखच्चे उड़ गए थे, तो उसके कुछ पार्ट्स दूर तक उड़ के गए हैं। तो ये उनको ढूंढने की कोशिश है। साथ साथ जो दूसरी गाड़ियां आसपास थी उनके भी पार्ट्स उड़े हैं, उन सबको ढूंढने की कोशिश है। हर जगह पुलिस की टीम आपको इस पूरे इलाके में नजर आएगी। सीसीटीवी को बेहद बारीकी से देखा जा रहा है ताकि एक एक पार्ट्स को बरामद किया जा सके और उनके जरिए, क्योंकि उन पर जो ट्रेसेस मिलेंगे उससे धमाके में इस्तेमाल किन चीज़ों का किया गया था ये क्लियर होगा और इसके बाद काफ़ी हद तक चीज़ें जो है वो तस्वीर साफ हो जाएंगी। क्योंकि आप देखिए जिस तरीके से मुजम्मिल के जो दो उसने रेंटेड एकोमोडेशन ले रखे थे फरीदाबाद के अंदर एक धौज इलाके में, जहां से पहले 360 किलो अमोनियम नाइट्रेट और दूसरी चीज़ें वहां से बरामद हुई थी, असॉल्ट राइफल वगैरह बरामद हुई थी। उसके बाद वहां से तकरीबन 4 किलोमीटर दूर जो फतेहपुर तगा गांव था वहां पर उसने रेंटेड एक अकोमोडेशन लिया था, जहां से 2600 किलो के आसपास अमोनियम नाइट्रेट बरामद हुआ था।